Alright guys, welcome back. It will be time to take a look at the characters that we have in the game. Now, the close beta test has been very fun so far. There are some areas where the game can be improved, but overall a very fun experience, and I personally cannot wait for the game to be released. Now, the first character that I'll be taking a look at will be Lyfe. This is the character that you meet on the very start of the game. And well, on the main screen here, we don't have a lot of animations so far, but it will be added. So that's one of the aspects that they will improve very soon. So let's take a look at this character. Now, her weapon is a SMG, basically, and the mechanics at which you can upgrade and train weapons is pretty good. Attack 148, ammo capacity 50, reload 1.35, shooting speed 950, compatibility 20.1, critical damage 30%. Damage reduced 20 meters and then a significant fall off at 50. So the optimal range is up to 20, and then as the range increases, the weapons damage will go off. Tier 1 overtime mode should activate electric spark, dealing electrical damage equals to 45% of attack to the target and nearby enemies, cooldown 5 seconds. The upgrade mechanics are also very interesting, and it's pretty similar to some of the other games that we have played in the past. You can also modify the weapon. If you have basically the weapon of the same type, you can modify, and it will basically unlock some other extra stats. Tier 1 overtime mood, then you have the Tier 2 mood, which basically activates electric spark, dealing electric damage, dealing 52.5% of attack to the target and nearby enemies, cooldown 5 seconds. And of course you can upgrade that if you level up the weapon, if you have basically the same type. And the parts. Now this is also one part that I really like about the game. You have basically like attachments, which if you played shooters, attachments are very important, and you can basically add scopes, you can add silencers. You have a lot of them that you can unlock with time, and all of them have their unique traits that they also improve the performance of the weapon. You have the magazine that increases the ammo capacity. It also has some other traits as well, which is also again very interesting. And you have the laser optics. Basically it also has some very unique stats. The weapon mechanics and upgrade mechanism is very interesting, and I honestly like it. So what else do I have? So here you can take a look at the other character stats. Now I can view details of the character right here. The UI is definitely not that complicated, but it can take a while to get used to. Lyfe, often referred to Wendsday, frontline Heimdall Force operative, former Valkyrie game star, revenge against the Titans is her one and only goal. Max HP 7,700, attack 813, defense 303. Now you have also percentage in percentage increase 6.5, 30.1, 3.9, and total 124, 1058, and 315. Critical area 0, critical damage amplifier 11, energy recovery 100%, endurance 200%, kinetic resistance 0, thermal resistance 0, frost resistance 0, electrical resistance 0, chaos resistance 0, skill haste can reduce the cooldown of operative skills, as energy recovery 1, auxiliary unit strength. Can improve the basic stats of the auxiliary unit's operative developed, and alignment index can strengthen the effect of Devo's alignment. Again, there is a lot of stats here. Weapon attribute compatibility 20.1, shooting speed 950, damage type electrical, maximum range 50 meters, ammo capacity 50, reload speed 1.4, critical damage 30. And you can basically have the recommended equipment, Arctic Fox, chaos damage, and you have also the well, I would call them memories. They're not memories, but you know, something very similar to that. And now the more advanced equipment. Work in progress. Submachine gun. I think I have that weapon. Electrical damage, and then logistics. Here you can take a look at the logistics required, but you can basically use any other logistics that you have as long as the stats are quite similar. Now the neuronics. This is also quite interesting. You have damage node, special node, duration node, then also a duration node, range, and enhance. Now I primarily focused on the damage node, and as you can see, it's quite upgraded. It does give you alignment index. It has a lot of very interesting traits to it. I primarily focused on this one, so now I'm probably going to be focusing on the next one. I'll be upgrading them one by one. But you can basically read the description of the damage. Raven's command can deploy 2 additional Ravens. Up to 5 Ravens can simultaneously exist. Gunneer cluster reduces the S energy consumed to 30 when using Gunneer from a windy tree. Increases the duration of Realm of 9 Nights to 8 seconds. Then when Lyfe uses the other operative support skills, the duration of Raven is reset. Gunneer summons 2 additional Thunder of Judgment behind the target. Damage taken of target hit by Thunder of Judgment in the same part multiple times is gradually reduced by 50% each time. When the Realm of 9 Nights domain is activated, the duration of all Ravens on the field is instantly refreshed, and the damage dealt by Ravens during the duration of the domain is increased by 25%. And you can upgrade that one by one, of course. Manifestation. This is basically when you rank up the character, and I haven't ranked her up yet. Basically the default bird's eye view. When the Raven attacks, there's 10% chance to activate Whispering Arrow, dealing electric damage equal to 10% of the Raven's attack. Then at the other one, Lord's Prerogative. He increases the attack speed of Ravens on the field by 1% for 3 seconds. For every shot Lyfe hits an enemy, maximum 100 stacks. Next one, Conspiracy of Ravens. When Lyfe triggers electrical volatility overload, Ravens will immediately activate 1 Whispering Arrow on the target. Battle Ready. Raven's command skill level +1 increases the continuous ballistic damage of Ravens to 6.3% of Raven's attack +8. And the last one, basically, Wolfpack, increases the chance of Raven unleashing Whispering Arrow to 30%. Overall, a pretty interesting way of making the character. These are my supports. These are my support units. Basically, should get the job done. So far, I haven't had any issues with that. 2 officers increase attack by 12%, and so far I think that was basically more than enough. And here you can take a look at the active ones when you click on the screen here. Raven's attack 100% of life stack, Raven's missile damage 20% of Raven's attack +20, Raven's ballistic damage 5.6% of Raven's attack +8, duration of Raven deployed by skill 20 seconds, which honestly is pretty good. These are the skills that you have. Passive. When Lyfe is on the field, a Raven will be deployed by default to assist in combat. The Raven will not leave while Lyfe is on the field. Overall, honestly, I have to admit, a very in-depth character detail. At first, it might be a bit more confusing to get a hang of everything, but you know, I think they will improve that. I have to admit, it took me a while to find all of the screens, but it's definitely a bit more, you know, a bit more difficult to find everything that you need. So, will be time to go and see how the character plays, and let's see how the character performs. Alright, let's start with the boss battles. So, this will be my main team. This is basically the team that I use most of the time, but you can basically combine a character with any team that you like. So, the first boss will be this mech. Now, this boss has a couple weak spots. You have to basically shoot at the, well, let's call them the kneecaps. And when you remove the armor on the kneecaps, you will expose one vulnerable part that you have to shoot. And once it's broken, then the mech will show you the weak spot, and that's basically when you do maximum damage on the boss. Now, the boss battles in this game are quite interesting. The titans are definitely very fun to fight, and in some cases very challenging. Now, my apologies for the very bad frame rate. My potato device, well, it's not a potato, but for this game apparently it is. Although not really sure what's going on there, but in any case, I think I'll just end up playing the game on PC in the end. On PC I have no issues with the frame rate. Well, not as much as on the phone. On my phone, this game is not running that good at all. Okay, the mech is almost destroyed. I like how the game has like a lot of destructible parts on the bosses, which is going to be very interesting, especially in co-ops and in other stages like that. And the boss has been defeated. Now, currently in the closed beta test, we have two bosses, the mech, and we have a different one. Neural simulation is how this game mode is called, basically boss battles. And this is the second boss. Although the game has a bunch of different bosses, but currently these two are available. Not really sure if they switch or if they like change, but you'll find out with time, I guess. I haven't noticed that this has been changing for a while, so I think we have only two bosses at the moment, which is not a big deal. After all, this is a closed beta test, so it is to be expected. Now, the character is playing so far really well. The accuracy of the submachine gun is pretty good, even at longer distances. That 50 meters somehow doesn't feel like 50 meters, because I still managed to get some good hits on target, even at distance. Although your manual aim and basically your aiming skills with the mouse or with the monitor or with the screen is going to be most important in that aspect. But so far it's been performing really well. Okay, now let's jump on co-op. Now, co-op is one of the more fun activities that you can do in the game. We have we have 4 different types of co-op maps, and they have different bosses. So far, I have been playing co-op a lot, and there's going to be a co-op video coming up. Basically, since this is a closed beta, it's a bit more difficult to find teammates, so I did end up mostly playing this solo. However, this is one of those rare occasions where I managed to find a teammate, and now we are clearing the co-op stage. So far, it's been going pretty well. Not a lot of issues at all, performance-wise, of the character. She's been performing really well. 1 second, let me do something with the graphics. Let me just turn this off. Some of the graphics, some of the options make the game kind of blurry, and for some reason don't make it look good. So I just occasionally change that from time to time. Okay, now I have played this co-op map a couple times, and the next phase is basically defend the objective. The enemies will come from both sides. You are going to be in the middle. I try to aim high up for headshots, although some of the enemies do have armor and some of the enemies have the weak spots, or you basically have to strip down their armor in order to do the damage. I like the complexity of the game. It does definitely have a lot of different mechanics that I really do appreciate to be in the game. Definitely a very unique experience, honestly. I haven't played the game like this on this platform, on the mobile platform, although this is technically crossplay, so yeah. Not technically a mobile game exclusively, it's also a PC game and a console game, I think. Will be out on consoles, I've heard. Although I'm still trying to figure out why I'm trying to figure out why the game is running so bad on my device, even though the device is really strong and the chipset is like top tier. And I'm still wondering why it's running so bad. I'm used to playing games 60, 90 and 120 frames per second on all settings. This game doesn't run in 120 or even 60. At best I get like 45 frames per second. And since this version of Android that I have doesn't show the GPU and CPU utilization, I can only guess what's happening there in the background, so I don't really know what is exactly the problem. Although ironically, when I look at the game while recording, it doesn't look that slow actually, but when I play it, it looked really slow. I don't know. I don't really know what's happening there, but I really hope that it's just some optimization issue going on there, and I still hope that they end up optimizing the game. But at the same time, I don't know. I feel like it's time for a new device. Although I kinda don't like the current devices out there. They're not as good as I would like them to be. I would like to wait for a big upgrade, because if I were to upgrade my phone now, I don't know, it wouldn't be a worthy upgrade, even though on paper technically it's big. But I have seen top tier phones struggle with the game even more than my current device, so I don't know. I have to think on what I'll do with that information. But so far we are doing pretty well in this co-op. I say pretty well. I wasn't really lucky with the weapons. I wasn't really lucky with most of the characters. I got most of the I would say A-class characters, well, classified as A-class. I have only one S-class that I'll be playing very soon. Should be pretty interesting. Not really sure which character I will review next. I decided to go with this one first because, I mean, we already get a character on basically on the very start, so might as well just go and start with her first. Although I have to say it does pretty well. It's pretty interesting because the performance of the character will mostly depend on your aim. So that's one thing I really like about the game. Skill is going to matter a lot, and I really like that. The game is supposed to release in July, and they have like a month to fix the bugs, and I really hope that they do fix the... I mean, I don't know if the game supports Vulkan. I haven't really looked at the technical aspects of the game a lot, but I think I should, because I'm quite interested to find out what's the problem with my device. And now on to the boss battle. The co-op stages at the end have a boss battle that I really do like, and I'll be showing you how that works. So, there's boss. Gavin is one of the bosses in the game. There's multiple bosses that you can fight. This is just one of them. Just one of the bosses. And the boss battles in this game are very fun. The gunplay is good. The gunplay is surprisingly very good. I can definitely tell that the developers gave a lot of work on the gunplay. Although the controls definitely have to be, I would say, improved on the mobile version. On PC, my aim is really good on PC. On the phone, not so much. That's a big issue. On PC, my aim is really good, and it's quite noticeable when I play on PC. Quite obvious. The difference is very obvious. Okay, so far so good. I could have evaded that, but I didn't. I'm not really sure why I misclicked there, but it's fine. And boss is killed. Nice. So, this was Lyfe, Wendsday. Overall, a very fun to play character, a starter character, basically the first character that you meet in the game, and I would say definitely performing really good, very well even at the lower, I would say lower ranks. So definitely a very fun character to play, and definitely worth to upgrade and play. So with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed, hope that I could help you. If you would like to support me, feel free to like and subscribe, and with that being said, stay safe and I'll see you next time.